You need to get your popcorn ready.
Come on! 1, 2. Come on! 1, 2.
That's bad. You got that one, didn't you?
I think.
MOPAR Mike, we changed from the concrete pad, which we normally pull to the drag strip pad. Have you done any changes to the truck, and what do you think is going to happen?
Nope, still running the same. It's just going to be severe breakage.
Broke that motherfucker clean off.
It's come for you to stand and face your fate and now. Isolation and desertion, will you ever be alright? You cry out loud but no one ever hears a single word you say. You give up everything you own for a chance to get away.
Truck's Gone Wild sucks. Don't watch it.
Yeah. Are you ready? Here he comes.
This is Trucks Gone Wild, and we're back out here at Showcase of Citrus in South Claremont, Florida. Hey, last time we were out here, things didn't go exactly as planned. We almost lost a truck, but we're back. We made a few adjustments, and we've got a couple of vehicles out here today. All shapes and sizes. The grill is cooking. The boats are running. Everybody's partying. Now, let's see if these boys are going to float.
Get a little high, chase for the dragon, we feeling right. I say, Jaja lead the way. Only His Majesty and wisdom take this higher. Too many youths are going astray, far from the path of His African nature. I say we trodden this land and make a rhythm on the side. Go long, go long. It's a feeling from inside and no, we just cannot hide. Up in front my eye, roll on the side, get a little high, and wisdom take this higher. Take a liquor roll, take a liquor ride. Come make me burn it up in front my eye. Roll bunny side, get a liquor light. Chase for the jag and I'm feeling right. Take a liquor roll, get a liquor ride. Come make me burn it up in front my eye. Roll bunny side, get a liquor light. Chase for the jag and we feeling right. Come on people, make we do this, make we blaze the fire. Wine body rhythm, make you sweat, you can hold back the water. Come on dance sound selector and turn it up louder. And this a rhythm, make you dance, make you chant down so.
On this edition of How We Roll, the Trucks Gone Wild crew stops by Crawfordville, Florida, home of Wakulla Off-Road, where it's all about big trucks and even bigger horsepower. Now, let's see how they roll Wakulla style.
Hey, I'm Spencer, Wakulla Off-Road. Let's go look at the shop. Booyah. Here in the shop we have our tools, our shop manuals, and as you see, we do a lot of rear end work. I do all the suspension work here, you know, create stuff for my own. They fix cars, I do everything they don't want to fix. Long nights, you know, we don't go home for weeks at a time. You know, we're not pimping Tommy Hilfiger, but we got the work jeans, you know. We're gonna wear some jeans, wear them out. This is my personal truck. Started out as a piece of junk and we've upgraded to a new model S10, trying to take it to the next level. You know, we went down south with 1 ton, come up here, upgraded 2 ton, new motor, you know, just everything I try to make by hand, made the brackets, make a mess. This truck's got a 358 small block, LT1, we took a lot of old stuff off, fast burn heads, turbo 350 in it, you know, independent, new process 200 transfer case, deuce and a half, just made the chrome wheels, new laser cut centers, got you know, hardened crew tube and 4-link bars. Everything's greasable. Pretty nice paint on it. This is where the magic happens. We start the major stuff out here. You know, we'll bring them down here, cut them, do all the torch work, strip them, get them just sitting where we can start working on them and get them going. And then when I get them pretty much a rolling chassis, need to do fine tuning welding, we'll roll them in the shop and weld them up. We run 110 VP in all our trucks. We run pretty high compression engines. We got in here like most everybody else's junk shop. We got some more wheels, gas tanks, nitrous systems. This is where we hide the goodies nobody knows about. Keeps us on the top. Yeah, Future Project rolls, we thought about 5 tonning on 66s just to be ride around and show out. Do it in pimp style. But this is our paint booth. Garmat, pretty big unit, real nice. What we do a lot of times on our custom trucks is I'll bring a super lift kit in here. We'll strip it down to bare metal. We'll put a metal etching primer on it. We'll paint it to match the colors of the truck. I mean, exactly. Sorry, Vance, no smoking. Shop policy. It is almost 420 though. Well, y'all seen the paint booth. You've seen my corner. You've seen the back. Now let's go up front and check out some of the rides. It's the boss man's truck on Wakulla Collision Center. I want to help get started in my little business here. It's his Ford, two frame, everything down, Ford body pretty much gutted. 468 big block engine, all roller, custom built turbo 350 like ours, all come from North Florida Transmissions. 2-ton case, welded up solid, all 4110, 2-ton joints, 4-link bars. I invert all my steering, run the ram up high, don't get hurt in the mud. Race runner coilover shock, cut boggers. We gutted it out, all diamond plate aluminum interior, 250 shot of NOS, fire extinguisher. This one's caught on fire one time, it's a nuke the converter. You know, we're trying to stay safe. We've got fire extinguishers in these big rigs. We still run the seat belts, we try to keep it straight.
Oh yeah.
That's a personal friend of mine's truck, 04 2500 HD Duramax diesel. I'm a full throttle dealer out of California. This is the full throttle. 10-inch kit. We altered a little bit, turned it up, painted all the parts black. I'm known for the inverted shocks, one up, one down. That's one of my little things. It's got the 5-inch exhaust, 5-inch turbo. It's got the Bullet Dog juice kit in it. About everything you can do.
Oh yeah.
This is my buddy Pat's truck. This is Pat, local fella. Crushes car with his mudslings. And this is his truck. We've been building them, and he started on his own, helped him with a few brackets, a few things. He got him some tires, we made these wheels, did custom exhaust on it. He built it all custom frame, it's all square tubing, the hydraulic steering, 4-link. He built a brand new motor for it, big block Chevy. You know, run an independent case. We got her welded up like we do all the other 2-ton cases. You know, the only thing left we got to do with Pat is teach him how to come in the parking lot because he tends to mess some cars up. You've seen the shop, seen the rides, check out my website. This is how we roll. Get up out of here, bitches.
You're watching Trucks Gone Wild, and we like it dirty.
Trucks Gone Wild, there's a couple of trucks that really stand out. One of them is the spare parts Bronco, man. I've got the spare parts family hanging out with me. Big spare parts and little spare parts. Doug, you've been known to tear this thing up, man, and you got the little one out here too doing it, don't you?
Gotta bring him up right, you know. Start when he's young.
That's very cool. Now, what's your name, boss?
Trey.
Trey, how old are you? 12. And we know that half the time that we see this truck out here and it's buried and it's crushing cars or doing tug of war, whatever it's doing, half the time Trey's doing the driving, man, which is very cool. Do your friends know that you're out here tearing it up in this big old truck? Do they believe you when you tell them? No? Like, you go to school probably the next day and you say, they're all talking about what they did on the weekend and you're saying, yeah, I was out there running through 4-foot deep mud and this, that, the other. What do they say to you?
They say that's not true.
Yeah, it's not true and it's crazy. Well, now they're gonna know, man. You need, listen, sell all your friends a copy of Trucks Gone Wild Volume 2, all right, and Volume 1. They'll probably be a combo pack or something like that. And they're gonna know that Trey's doing the driving, man. Spare parts, one of the all-stars on Trucks Gone Wild.
That's gotta go on there.
That's good stuff. How could it not, brother? Excuse me, sir. Do you have credentials to be back here in the pit area?
I got a hell of a credential.
I've heard that. John, we go all over the country, man, looking at trucks of all different shapes and sizes, and I've said it before, I think per capita you see more bigger trucks in Central Florida. I don't know if that's true or not. You go all over, man.
Oh, yeah, guaranteed. I mean, there's nice trucks every place you go, but Florida seems to have the biggest, the most wildest, most customized out there. I mean, I don't know. Every time you come down, every time you go down the road, you see some truck on 49s going down the road, and
right.
Man, they're beautiful. I mean, here there's a couple of them with 2.5 tons, 5 tons, you know, trucks down there. They build some awesome vehicles too. You know, they're out there all over the place with some outrageous running gear underneath them.
You know, you can see all those trucks on trucksgonewild.com. Just, you know, I didn't know if you knew that.
I heard about that.
Cool. You see the DVD?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's a good drink coaster, isn't it?
It flies nice.
most fun things about the Southern Monster Truck Showdown is the tough truck competition. This is Kevin White, one of the competitors, and this is Kevin's bucket of bolts. Now, he didn't win this competition, but unbeknownst to the rest of us, this kid had even bigger plans for this night. We were able to catch up with Kevin back in the pits.
That was it.
Hey, did you know about the last place trophy of getting crushed, or what? Was that part of the contract, or what?
No, it was just something I come up with. I was talking to John earlier and just, shooting the breeze and just something to come up with off the top of my head.
Hey, John, this is pretty cool, man. Come on in here. And now, he said, just came up with it. He said, hey, he can't kill this thing, man. You think you can put a hurting on this?
Oh, guaranteed, man. I was sitting in the truck just kind of relaxing for intermission, get ready for the final round, and I hear somebody calling me out talking smack. Dude,
only in Florida, brother.
I'm telling you.
That truck ain't gonna be nothing left when I get done with it.
Dude, he's going to drive it away, brother. You ain't nothing.
On a trailer.
Come on.
that truck's going out there in a bag.
This is awesome, dude. This is awesome. Kevin, man, thanks for sacrificing out here, dude.
Not a problem. It's all
fun.
for the show.
You're going to be out $25-30 if he destroys this thing tonight,
and
man.
I just put insurance on it tonight.
Well, make the claim
Full
tomorrow.
coverage, buddy.
Yeah. All right, well, let's burn this tape. All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
We look forward to it.
Truck's gone wild, baby.
What do you think, man? He's stuck on your truck, dude.
I told him he couldn't kill it. My dog could be the death of any monster truck.
Dude, you could probably drive that thing home tonight.
I'm telling you, man, you can't kill a dog.
You can't steal it, you can't burn it,
That's
and
right.
you can't crush it.
Yeah! Come on! That's the best, man. That is the best.
More damage right off the line. That was Chevy, I'm sorry. Man, oh man.
On this installment of How We Roll, the crew heads down to Auburndale, Florida, and checks out BAUGH's 4x4 and more, where these guys prove day in and day out that size really does matter.
Hey, I'm Dale Ball from BAUGH's 4x4 and more. Come check out my shop. This is my lathe. Got a belt sander, got a mill machine. It's nice, real nice when you need it. Old ancient drill press, air compressor, everybody needs one of those. Everybody needs one of these. In Florida, you gotta have one. This is my dad's torch. He gave it to me about 15 years ago. He built it, I guess I was probably 5, 6 years old. I'm thinking about putting some 14-inch spinners on here. Anybody that does any kind of fabrication has to have one of these. It's the best welder I've ever had. It's a Millmatic 251. I do all the welding in the shop. I use 035 wire and 80-75-25 gas. This is our tubing bender. We use it for shock hoops, different applications, different 4-leak trucks. Pretty handy to have. Everybody's got to have one of these in Florida. Hurricane season, you got to have it. I ran the shop off of it. Had to keep working. I was without power for like 10 days. Hell with a house. I didn't need a house. These here are four-wheelers. When we're not out four-wheeling, we're four-wheeling. I use this mainly to pull stuff around the shop, pull stuff in and out, disabled vehicles, whatnot. It's a Cadillac here. You got plenty of storage for cold beverages, beers, Pepsi. These here are short side stub axle assemblies. Some U-joints, some the ball and fork. We're prone to break quite a few of them, so I keep quite a few in stock. Plenty of steering knuckles, hubs, spindles up here. A lot of stub axles we have here. Down below we have plenty of rear axles. We constantly are breaking those. All kind of parts to rebuild 2.5 ton. On my 4-link bars I use 2-inch DOM, 1/8 ID, and it has been bored for a tap to be 1 1/4 thread. As you see here, it's been notched, so you can put a wrench on it for tightening the jambs. All the brackets here you see that's been welded in place, I make a template, and Steve Gersten over at Differential Engineering, he has a burn table, and we burn all the brackets out over at his shop. This here is my axle pile. This is the virgin sets. From here they go to sandblasters, and from that next step they get cut and narrowed. Now let's go take a look at the narrowing jig. That's the narrowing jig. I took the differential and I cut it in half. Makes it real simple. Drop it inside. From here we slide the 2-inch shaft through. That's where it starts. All right, here we have my toolbox. It's where I keep all my tools. It's quite large, pretty good sized box. Keeps all the tools I need to use on all this stuff. Here's my Rolodex. A dial indicator for setting up backlash on the rear ends. This is an old, I had to move out of this one. This was too small. Now this is my son's. When he was younger, he just gets out here, and the other kids that come up in the shop, they keeps them occupied out there in the mud. Here we have a 90 model Chevrolet. This is the first step. We've cut everything out from underneath it. It's going to be a leaf spring application. It's getting deuce and a half. It's going to be off-road only. It's going to run like a 46-inch tall V-tread. It's going to hammer on it pretty hard, so we got to build it pretty tough. Right now it's equipped with a small block 350. He plans on putting a 502 crate motor in it. The transmission, it will be a Turbo 400. We're going to put a Profab aluminum transfer case in it. It also have hydraulic steering. We're going to take the fuel tank out, put a fuel cell on the bed, strip it down as light as we can. We're going to gut the interior, take the dash, everything out, just bare necessities. Probably going to put a roll cage in it with some racing seats and racing harnesses. Now that we look at the work in progress, let's go see some of the finished products. Come on. This here is my personal vehicle. It's got 2.5 ton Rockwells underneath it, narrowed front, welded rear, locker front. I normally have 48s on it.
I did the 44s last night for a tug of war. Hell, I'd drive it to the grocery store if I had a tag on it. I love this thing. We do everything with it. Car crushing, tug of war, tri-truck challenge, water crossing. This here's my lockout block. Put it in place to add direct pressure to the tires during tug of war. I had to beef up the traction bars. I did just have just a primary bar in here, but the abuse that I put it through, I ended up being in 4 or 5 sets. This here's a 91 Wrangler. Paul came to me and said he's going to put dew snap underneath the Wrangler. I said, you're freaking crazy. It's got a 454 in it, turbo 400 tranny, 205 bolt up, and it's slap insane to watch him drive it. It's crazy. Due to the nature of his driving, I made him put the seat belts, the racing seats and the harnesses in it. If it had skating wheels on the top, he'd have it on its roof. This here's a buddy of mine's truck, Ricky Moss. I built this. It's the second 4-link truck I built. Turned out pretty good. We've got the 2.5 ton narrowed front, welded rear, Detroit locker. It's got the hydro steer. I dropped the subframe down a lot lower. We used a Profab aluminum case. It's got 3.75 to 1 gear ratio in it. It also is equipped with a power stroke diesel. The automatic tranny. We use the race runner shocks again. These are 500 over 500 coils. In the rear, it's a 250 over 400. It's after 5 at BAUGH 4x4 and more. This is how we roll.
Temp.
260.
You've seen the shop, you've seen the trucks, you've seen the carnage. Y'all got to get the hell out.
Hey, I'll give you $5 if you put me on Trucks Gone Wild.
You're looking at your new leader with 29 seconds flat. The stage is set for one of the most anticipated events to come along in quite some time. This is a throwback to old school tug-of-war, and it happens right here at Lakeland Motorsports Park. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Trucks Gone Wild. My name is Matt Steele. Old school tug-of-war is what it's all about today at the Interco-Tire 8,000-pound tug-of-war. Now, let's take a quick look at some of the rules. You cannot weigh more than 8,000 pounds. Your pull point must be at 41 inches or lower, and you've got to run one of these 3 tires. We're talking about all Interco tires, all of them 44 inches tall. You can run the Trexus, you can run the Super Swamper, or you can run the BAUGH. We've got everybody sitting on all 3 of these tires today, and this is going to be absolutely out of hand. We are really looking forward to this event and a lot of great action. Now, one thing that's going to affect everybody today is the heat that's out here. And for more on that, let's check in with Chuck from Chuck's Trucks. Out here on the drag strip, Chucky D, it's got to be about 100 degrees, man. We are boiling out here, and you're drenched in sweat.
Dude, I'm tired of sweating. I'm ready to go home.
Right.
But we're going to get this thing started no matter what. But, man, it's going to be tough on the drivers and the trucks. The heat out here is sweltering. We're on the blacktop here. We're the drag racing normally. We're normally pulling on the pad. We're tug-of-war with the trucks. This is all new over here again. And it's going to be a battle for driver and truck. You know, tranny temperatures are going to get out of sight. Motor temperatures are going to be out of sight. And probably going to be some tires smoking for us here today.
We're going to see some smoking and a whole lot of sticking down here. Man, this thing's got a nice coating on it.
Oh, yeah, and no telling what we're going to see till they start pulling.
Cool. Hey, man, let's take a look and show you how sticky it really is. Right out of my shoe.
Old school tug-of-war is back, and it starts right now.
So put it up, let's get it on. Made it this far, time to show the world is number one. Pull it up to the line, let's do it. Anything in my way, I'm running through. I watch the lights and my hands are sweaty. I hear the people screaming, so you better get ready. Cause when it drops, I'ma take the shot. Rock the spot, make it hot, cause it's about that time.
Time to hook it up and get started double elimination style. First 2 guys on the pad, Clint Arthur and Jared. Clint in the big red Chevrolet, Jared in that beautiful green Ford. Clint's one of the odds-on favorites out here today, and you can see why. Made quick work of Jared here in the first round, but Jared's not out of it yet. That'll bring down DAVON and Chris LAGANA. I like this DAVON kid, man. He's new on the scene, but he's doing all of the competitions, and this guy's going to be a player one day, but he's taking on one of the Trucks Gone Wild All-Stars, Chuck.
Yeah, that's Chris in the black S10. You remember him from Volume 1 with the rollover.
Exactly. You know what I like about Chris? He's another guy that will do any competition we can throw at him, man. He's there. Next up is Jesse Hall and Rocky. Now, Jesse's a guy that's been doing this for a long time, and Rocky's another newcomer just breaking onto the scene, and he's getting checked right there, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, 41 under's the hitch on those.
That's the hitch height limit is 41 inches, and Jesse wanted to check that, but Jesse's also in somebody else's truck.
Yeah, he's driving Bronco Wayne's Bronco today.
Well, it's better than driving Bronco Wayne's Blazer, I guess. Jesse takes a win in the first round. Rocky's out for now, but we'll see more of him later. Let's check in with Jesse and see how he's feeling.
Feels good. We hope it keeps going good.
Bobby Gersman in the Ford gonna take on Robert in that big, beautiful Durango, and what a sweet-looking ride that thing is.
Oh, it sure is, and you don't see too many SUVs rolling around on 44s.
No, you don't. And I tell you, we don't usually see him going backwards that fast either. That was a big surprise for a lot of people.
Ouch.
Bronco John and Timmy next up on the pad, and this is an interesting pull here, Chuck.
You know, Matt, Timmy works for Bronco John.
Monday through Friday he does, but when it's down here on the track, I wonder if he's working for it. Well, Bronco John's looking good so far, and he is going to take the win, so he gets the win, and it looks like Timmy's still going to have a job Monday morning.
That's a little job security for you.
Chad Gainey and Raymond Tatum next on the line, and Chad, another guy who's got to be considered one of the favorites, and Raymond Tatum, who is driving one heck of a truck, but man, they're working on this thing, Chuck. What's happening?
There's a problem down there last minute. They're over the hitch height limit, and now they've got to drop down. This is definitely going to hurt their pull.
So he's going to hook it down there to the sled pulling hitch, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're going to see the results here real soon.
Marley's back there. He'll get that taken care of, but like you said, that hitch height difference probably is not going to help things whatsoever.
That's right, Matt. You can see the strap angle way down on Raymond's end. That's going to hurt him in his pull.
It's probably about a foot or so lower than the other truck, and pulling Chad is hard enough, but when he's got you by a foot higher on the hitch point, yeah, that's going to hurt. Gator in the hearse, and he's going to be taking on Jeff Smith, but Gator's got a little disadvantage out here today, Chucky.
Yeah, if you notice the hearse, it's running a two-wheel drive with slicks on the front. That's okay. It doesn't have the front shaft in it.
Yeah, and Jeff didn't even get on the nitrous. He'll save that for the next pull. The next pull will be MOPAR Mike taking on Kevin.
You know, Kevin, new out here, brand new truck, haven't even had it out yet.
Two interesting weight racks coming off the front of this. MOPAR Mike's got like this deep sea fishing outrigger system hanging off the front, and Kevin looks like he's got a meth lab hanging off the front of that truck.
That gives MOPAR Mikey the win.
Mike Waters doing battle with Dale BAUGH. Mike doing the driving right now in a truck that's owned by Chris Strickland. These guys are good friends. They put this truck together and worked on it. And so far...
Whoa, look, we got a problem already.
Yeah. Well, you know, we knew we were going to see some carnage out here this afternoon, and that's a perfect example of what can go wrong. These guys spent 3 days and nights working on this thing just to get it ready.
You know, I don't know if you saw Dale's hitch or not, but they've got 3 days just in building that alone.
Hey, these guys need an exterminator right there to get rid... Oh, and an extinguisher. The hits just keep on coming. JARROD and DAVON gonna be next, and one of these guys will be done for the day. It is a double elimination style program. You have 2 chances to lose, but once you lose twice, you are gone. And it looks like DAVON's gonna be done for the day, Chucky, and I think we might have a little damage down there as well. Let's take a look.
That's no big deal, Matt, but you can see those ladder bars down there bending like curtain rods.
Yeah, that's not too bad, though. We're probably gonna see something worse than this before the day's over. Rocky and Robert coming to the line now as the elimination pools continue. Once again, double elimination. These guys each have 1 loss. One of these gentlemen is going home after this pull.
Look at Rocky working the brakes. He's just staying on with all his weight and working the throttle at the same time. Looks like it's working for him.
And to my knowledge, man, this is the first time Rocky's been involved.
That's
outstanding.
Right. Yep.
Timmy and Raymond are ready to go, and Timmy's doing the driving behind the oyster digger out of Lee and Rick's Oyster Bar, and I tell you,
you know, little Gene, the owner, is standing by watching close.
Watching him get drugged backwards, unfortunately, man. A brand new paint job on that truck, though, looking good. And Timmy knows he's beat, but just wants to put on a little show. Kevin and Gator going to do battle right now, trying to stay in the thick of things this afternoon. And Gator's still running 2-wheel drive, and that could be, and it is, a major disadvantage out here today. That was quick. Now we bounce over to the undefeated side of things, and we take a look at Chad Gainey taking on Bronco John. This should be a good one.
You know, Matt, 2 good guys, 2 dedicated drivers, guys that have been around this sport a long time.
And it's a young sport, man. But yeah, like you said, between the 2 of them, they've got all the experience in the world. Chad's going to stay undefeated, and John gets his first loss. MOPAR Mike and Jeff Smith next up on the line, and again, another good pull. You got a veteran in MOPAR Mike and kind of a newer guy, Jeff Smith.
You know, this is classic Chevy versus Dodge.
Yep. And to a lot of people's surprise, man, Jeff Smith just made it look easy.
Boy, we didn't see that one coming.
Jeff will stay on, and now he's taking on Dale BAUGH. The way that this double elimination bracket unfolds, he wasn't overheating, he was good to go, but now he's got to hook up to the Papa Smurf, and that's no easy task.
This is the pull that I always like to see, Ford versus Chevrolet.
You get a good shot at the tire right there. We're on the drag strip, man, and look at that rubber just flying.
Big motor in that Jeff Smith truck there.
He might be on the nitrous on this one, Chucky. It's another elimination pool right here between JARROD and MOPAR Mike. Each one of these guys has 1 loss, so one of them's going to stay in and one's going home, Chucky, and that is a beautiful green truck.
Yeah, you can see the 4-link on this truck working right there. Look at that.
You've got new school 4-link versus old school leaf spring, and today it's looking like that's an old school pool right there, man. Bronco John and Rocky. Can Rocky stay alive, man? This kid is out of control, out of nowhere, Chuck.
2 4-link trucks going at it. Rocky's got a little bit of length on him, though, so that might be the advantage.
Man, and look at that. Rocky's just, oh my gosh, man, this is great.
What a great new driver we got here.
You aren't kidding. Kevin and Chris LAGANA, man. Chris LAGANA wants to stay in this thing real bad. I know he's got a lot of things to prove, and Kevin's out here for his first tug-of-war competition, and he wants to stay in this thing equally as bad.
Kevin checking out this new 4-link he just did. No sway bars on it, so you see a lot of body roll.
He is moving all over the place, but it is a cool-looking truck.
Listen to that motor.
Hey, Chris LAGANA stays in this thing this afternoon. Kevin is out, but a job well done. Jesse Hall, now it's time to take on Raymond Tatum, man. Jesse's probably one of the more unique-looking vehicles out here with those dualies. The only dually in this thing today.
6-wheel drive with the regular Swampers versus 4 Boggers, and the Boggers look like they're gonna prevail.
You know, Jesse Hall is one of the pioneers in this young sport of tug-of-war, and I think there were a lot of people out there in the stands that were surprised to see him get knocked out. Clint Arthur and Bobby Gershman set to do battle. Now, we haven't checked in with these guys in a while because they got wins in the first round, so they've been taking a break, but now it's time for them to get back out here, hook it up.
Whoa,
and one of them,
Clint's got a problem in the red Chevrolet.
Yep, one of them's about to get their first loss, and unfortunately, it looks like Clint. I don't know what happened.
Looks like that motor stalled right off the line. Unfortunately, that's the way the BAUGH bounces.
It's Rocky and MOPAR Mike. These guys are ready to go, and one of them's going home, man. Elimination rounds continue. Like we said, Rocky's kind of the rookie in the game, and MOPAR's got all the experience in the world. Let's sit back and see what happens. Chuck, listen to this. These guys have got to be getting hot.
This is time and patience right here.
Look at Rocky just holding out and looking real good.
Mikey's in trouble. Oh, or maybe not.
Mikey with a 2-point reversal.
Unbelievable.
That's the pull of the day right there, man. That is what tug of war is all about.
That wasn't the tug of war of the day.
Chris LAGANA and Raymond Tatum. Boy, I'll tell you, that last pull was a tough act to follow, man, but these are two guys that can do it. These are guys you see all over the place doing other competitions.
That's right. You see these guys in the mud bog and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, you know, tug of war, neither one of their forte event, but man, it was nice to have them out here, and they really did surprisingly well. I'm proud of these guys.
And they had a lot of fun doing this, too.
18 trucks and drivers started this competition today. They're dropping like flies, man. Jeff Smith and Raymond Tatum, they're still in the ball game and looking real good. Jeff is looking incredibly strong.
2 high horsepower trucks here going at it.
It does not get any easier as the afternoon goes by. Just ask Jeff Smith. He'll tell you, man, he's having to pull 2 times in a row again, and hopefully he's not going to overheat. And now it's even harder because he's up against Clint Arthur.
The more you win, the more you pull.
Absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, the guy who won did not necessarily have it the easiest at all. Here's a good look at 2 separate types of tires as well. You've got the Trexus on there on Clint's truck, and just about everybody else running BAUGHs.
Speaking of BAUGHs, those used to be 44s.
Dale Ball and MOPAR Mike. You know what's cool about these trucks right here? 2 separate things, Chuck. One, it's like battle of the long weight racks coming off the front.
Yeah.
And you know, when we were doing tug of wars 10 years ago, these were guys that were involved way back then as well.
Sure they were, and they had the same trucks.
And they're still in it. Good news for Dale right there. He's going to send MOPAR packing, man. MOPAR's going to finish at number 5 on the day. Now we're down to 4 trucks, and these are 2 of them right here, Bobby Gershman and Chad Gainey. Here's the deal. These guys are team members, so really, they know that 2 out of the top 4 guys are going to be part of their team, and that is good for them, man.
Team members and Ford versus Chevy. Figure that one out.
Yep, another one. And take a look at Bobby. Nice, slow, and steady. He doesn't get cocky, doesn't get all flashy like some of the other guys.
I think that's how he wins all these events.
I think you're right. And Bobby's going to the next round undefeated. Bobby Gershman. This shapes up for a huge pull here because the loser's going out in 4th place, and it's either going to be Dale Ball or Clint Arthur. One of them's done, one of them's staying.
Dale starting out a little bit of spinning could hurt him right there.
Man, that could have just slipped it up, and that might have been the difference maker in this very pull. Dale Ball's taking 4th place in the Papa Smurf. Everybody knows how important this pull is right here because the loser's going out in 3rd place. Hey, it's a nice payoff, but you don't get a brand new set of Interco tires like the winner's going to get. The winner of this pull stays on to pull against Bobby Gershman coming up in the battle for 1st and 2nd place.
Whoa, look, Clint's got a problem already right now. We're not sure what just happened, but it could have been another stall out.
Another issue at the starting line.
Yep, that thing's dead.
Oh, Clint's not happy.
Hey, I wasn't ready, and that light wasn't right. I said watch the light. No, you made me pull it backwards. You made me go backwards and then go forward. We got to do it again. I was in neutral because I was backing up so you could pull me back.
Clint wants a repull. He said he wasn't ready. It looks like that truck just might have stalled out.
And we see that happen from time to time, and in that case, as far as the rules go, the repull is up to the driver that won, so he's got to check with Chad.
I can't. They threw the light. Man, that's the time. Back up. When you went like this, I was in neutral. Hey, I get you to my hook it up.
So this is going to be an unofficial pull, really, because it's not for the tires, because Clint just said, Chad, you can have them. It's not for the win, because Chad got the win, but I'm just kind of hoping that each one of these drivers understands that. And that's where the issue can be. Technically, this pull really should not happen. because it's already been decided. But this is kind of a sportsman's pull, maybe a gentleman's pull if you want to use that term. And Clint just walked away with it. You know, we hoped that we had an understanding and that everything was clear after that pull, but it really wasn't. And even for several minutes after that, it was still confusing, and guys were talking about this, that, and the other, and even other people started getting involved that didn't even have trucks.
Who are these people, Matt?
I don't know, man.
So, I don't care ain't my truck, dude, because I load my trailer and I beat your ass. What I do? I load my trailer. You'll do what? I would say I'd load my trailer and take it to the house. I'll do. That's because you ain't got no feet. Huh? And I don't know you and you ain't got no damn truck. You can't walk down here and them flip-flops. So flip-flop away from me. Flip-flop in my eye, bitch.
Things started getting a little bit crazy, and even yours truly got involved in the mix.
Y'all might well forget tug of war, this is bullshit. I'm down everything I can. So anything y'all got to do with it, I will put it down. And I will make sure everybody knows, because this is bullshit. Here.
Well, if you're going to threaten me, dude, I'm going to go against you. I will go against you guys because of what he just said.
No, that's bull. So we got to kiss your ass? No. I'll handle it.
You need to get away, and we'll handle it. What are you doing?
That's my truck, and I care.
Eventually, cooler heads did prevail, and we were actually able to catch up with Clint a little bit later and find out his side of this whole mess.
All us guys have pulled together for 5-6 years. Something goes wrong, you work it out. I mean, if you think that you were taken advantage of, or you didn't catch the light right, or whatever, or if somebody's trying to tell you to back up, and you're backing up, and then the light turns green, and they go, well, maybe that ain't the way it should have been. And in the past, we've always worked it out. Always. You know, hook up once, you get pulled, and you think you got done wrong, back it back up and let's hook them trucks up again.
Right.
And if you can take me 2 in a row, then, hey, it's more power to you. You won. Hands down, you won. Today, there wasn't a truck out there on that track that could pull that red truck. I believe that, and then nobody's going to tell me any difference. I mean, that's the way I feel about it.
And then there were two. Clint Arthur goes out in the number 3 spot. Chad Gainey will take on Bobby Gershman. Chad's got 1 loss, and Bobby is undefeated. So if Bobby can take this win, he wins this whole deal undefeated.
You know, Bobby out there nice and slow and steady, not showing off at all, is going to pay off.
It's going to pay off big, man. He's going to get a brand new set of Interco tires, and he is the champion at the 8,000-pound Interco Tire Tug of War. Undefeated. Job well done.
I'd like to thank Interco for these tires today. They put on a fine show. We got them loaded up in the back of our truck. We're really proud of them.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flash bulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that. It's about that time. It's about that. 'Cause it's about that. It's about that.
I normally don't buy fireworks that are cheap and chintzy like this, but when the price tag is $4.20, I told them to give me everything that is priced $4.20 in the store.
Call me
tell you what, I gave it my all. The thing wouldn't roll over. This is a low to the ground, steady piece of